Task we left to our investigators, they have begun to secure the perimeter, looking at their surroundings for anything that could be of use or dangerous to their mission.
So, at the end of the last episode, of course,
What?
Lindsay, with her scientist character, just blew the brains out of what?
I mean, are we surprised?
Not particularly. I got your specimen right here.
Ew, stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what happens at this point is Agent Halbrecht also sort of fall down on your ass as you're being held because you're bleeding quite profusely from your neck. I'm assuming this is going to be a first aid roll.
Yeah. And while he kind of falls, I'm going to shout, Sarge! Help me out! I was just going to say, is this where the sewing check comes in?
Oh, God.
I have a question. Can I assist? I have surgery.
What's your rank in surgery?
40.
Hey, so is mine. High five.
I don't have first aid. It's the only medical thing I got.
Yeah, you can do surgeries. This won't be surgery though.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's probably surgical equipment inside the hospital.
It is treating this type of wound would be a first aid role. I mean, you do have your first aid plus bag, right? Yeah.
So I'm gonna, basically shouting for Sergeant Benton here to help me get him outside, get him out into the grass. Okay, he's heavy. I can't carry him. I'll pick him up. My distinguishing feature, the one at the top, literally says "built like a tank."
Yeah.
So take him out
Yeah, what is your
away from the squishy, bloody ground, because that's sanitary, and out into the grass. And sit you down and start working away. Nope, just that. just stop. Like,
Stop. Get some help.
no more bleeding. It's just taking your fingers.
Okay, so it is going to be a first aid roll.
Okay. Once.
Would helping
Help?
help the situation?
Not really in this situation
Okay.
because it's one of those things where too many people doing the same
Okay.
first aid, right?
I'll stand nearby and I'll shout instructions at you. You can hold him up or whatever, because if you can do that, I want to go back and look at this person.
This is a fair point, actually. Before, as you fall down and you go down with them, and the players that have not had to make sanity checks yet, look over and get a good look at this creature, this person, with the, do you know what I mean? The flesh removed, sharpened, the lips removed, obviously seems to be a tortured individual, stuff like that. I do require the other 3 players to make a sanity roll.
45 out of 65. 25 out of 58.
33 out of 50?
You
Question mark.
all succeed. You all lose 1 sanity. Because it is really disturbing to see. Plus, it's really, now that it's that adrenaline is down, there's a real bad smell in here as well, and there's a pile of blood.
Were you saying when it's the same number that it's critical? Was it?
Oh, that is a 33 is a critical success. I am actually going to say that you suffer no sanity loss for that.
Nice.
I'm willing to.
Nice.
I mean, I'll look up in the rules and stuff later. I'm just having a bit of fun with this right now, but I think that's fair because technically, you succeeded your check on double digits of a 33, like the same. So yeah, I'm going to call that a critical success in your sanity roll, and you're just like, meh.
That smelled worse. You think that smells bad? Wait till you smell bear.
It's like,
Being
have you
in the
ever butchered
northern
moose?
Canada, you've also seen, and especially being a survivalist, you've also seen a lot of people suffering from frostbite. So you've also seen a lot of people having to have flesh removed and stuff like that. So even though it is disturbing what you're seeing, there is a justification in your mind that you're just like, ooh, don't think about that. File that away and never thinking about it again. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't let me die yet.
75 out of 84.
75 out of 80.
The roller coaster on Lindsay's face was my brain.
When the 75 was said.
Yeah. That's because she went. Oh.
Can you go ahead and roll me a d4?
Help me.
3.
You get 3
Oh, shit.
points back.
Okay, that's good. That's fight.
Because of proper treatment, you haul out of your bag some sterilization, maybe just some alcohol.
Yeah,
and you're like,
basically.
ah!
It burns, it'll be fine.
You clean it out. You know what I mean?
Cry, you big
Put
baby.
some Caracom on there.
Yeah. Rub some
iodine.
iodine. Get some iodine in there. But Bicuricum back home, yeah. Get that Bicuricum, get it all in there, stains everything. And then you stitch it up as best you can. Roll me sewing check.
There it is, boys.
There it is. 76 out of 20.
Okay, at least it's not a critical fumble.
Nope.
But you do stitch it up well. Like it does. You failed sewing though. Put a tick in it.
Yes.
Where is sewing?
You're welcome.
Oh, she took
I
it
added it to
as
craft.
a craft skill. Sewing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why
That's
did you
funny.
use surgery? You could use stitching as surgery.
No, yeah, but I wanted to use sewing because it's cool.
It's more on the spot.
Well, it could have been like, sew a cat. Or something.
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to have a bit of fun here. I don't
It's
know.
like getting a tattoo, but it's
Can't all be misery.
it's embroidery
Okay,
thread.
just pigeon, yeah.
Holy.
But either
Just
way,
get some like some neon pink. On
so
the
now
side.
you're at 9 out of 11.
Yes.
Yeah. You're still feeling the shoulder a bit. You lost a bit of blood. It is.
You can't turn your head to the right anymore.
You are not on watch tonight. You're not staying up late. You're getting lots of rest and you're drinking lots of fluids.
May I say, while they're all attending the agent, I'm going to sneakily take a photograph of the said creature and put the camera back in my secret pocket.
That's fine. I'll
You
allow
are paying
that for a bit.
attention.
I'll allow that
Everything's
for
going
everyone
on. She's
paying
like,
focus of. Yeah, I'm allowing that because people are so focused on making sure the first aid check.
Can I do
Well,
an alertness with
wasn't.
penalty?
You weren't.
No.
Roll me a stealth.
Estelle.
Yes,
I
because
specifically said I was going over to take a look at this thing.
Oh,
Yeah, Trish
98 out
Dropped him
of
off and then
30.
left.
roll me an alertness check.
18 out of 53.
You notice. So Trish does notice, right? There's no way around it.
Mm-hmm.
Trish does notice you remove something out, click, click, and put it back in. Trish does notice this.
Trish says nothing because Trish isn't here to have opinions. Trish is here to take orders.
Good. I like Trish.
Yeah, you like her now.
Can I do an alertness with a super
No,
penalty?
No.
no.
You're not the keeper. Get out of here.
No. Basically, you're sitting down, bleeding out, wound. I do have an important roll that you need to make, though. You need to make a Constitution check.
Don't faint.
No.
34, which is pretty good, I think. 34 to 50.
34 to 50.
Yeah.
Now I'm worried for you.
Yeah, same. No, you don't get to be worried for me.
No, outside of character.
Can you-
Worried about you.
Can you roll me a d6, please?
You can't be my friend.
Just roll me a d6, yeah.
Now, if I don't want to.
I will treat it as...
Yeah, all right.
In which
3.
case, fail. 3.
Why are you writing? What does that mean? Is he marking down that I'm being shit, or that I rolled a 3?
Listen,
Probably both.
don't worry about it. You'll find it eventually.
Ah!
Maybe.
You might be dead before it matters, anyway. Now, you did pass on a con. So.
Yeah. And then I rolled a d6.
Yep.
On a pass.
No, so what happened is, the way of what this situation is, I shouldn't have asked for the con save. I should have just asked for the D6. Because it's the onset time. And after so much time, then you have to make a con save.
Oh.
But the issue is, you did pass the con save, so I have the time down, how long it'll take for when you have to make that. Then you'll pass and then suffer the effects of whatever it was.
Great.
On a pass?
So, okay.
No, you
Very clear. This creature's mouth does not look the cleanest.
Yeah.
It bit into you. Therefore, it is a diseased creature. Therefore, it transmitted a disease to you. So then you have to roll a d6 for a specific amount of time, whether that's
I'm getting that,
hours or
I'm getting that.
days. And then you have to make a constitution roll.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if you succeed, you take half damage from whatever the damage it would have cost you, right? And then you're fine. But if you fail your con check, you take full damage, and then the onset time is rolled again, and then it rolls.
Oh, boy.
Needless to say,
I might be dead.
Special Agent Halbrecht is having a rough start to all this.
Not a good day.
No.
Did you piss someone off at the office or what?
So,
Yeah.
what's going to happen now? You're sitting in there, it's stinky, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't seem to be anything, you know. You probably actually leave this little area and go outside. into
Somewhere
the
where there's
hospital
a
ground.
fresh air type
Yeah,
deal
well,
situation.
it's very still out in the hospital grounds as well. So, but you do move out of this area, I'm assuming. I'm assuming you just leave the body where it is. Oh, sorry.
I had wanted to, look at this thing.
Well, fair enough. Sorry if I jumped ahead because I was trying to take care of something else. Okay. So you go over and you wanted to inspect the body. Did you want to inspect with forensics, medicine? What would you... you know what I mean? What skill would you like to use as my point? Other than the description I gave, there would need to be
I'm also sticking around too because I want to know what she gleans from the situation.
a... Okay.
I don't really know if I have any skills besides just.
You have a scientist next to you as well.
I do.
So you can talk between each other about
So-
any ideas you have.
Looking at this thing, I did pass my sanity check, so while it's disturbing, I would still assume that this is a human, right?
Yeah, it does look...
Looks like a human.
Looks like a severely
So
tortured or...
basically, Trish is approaching, going, "Oh my fucking god!" And she just squats down next to the body and is like, "What happened to this person?"
I'm gonna use forensics.
Roll.
40 out of 40.
So you do succeed on
I
forensics.
do.
You just succeed on forensics. As you're checking over it, it looks like this individual was tortured. That's what it looks like to you. It looks like it was tortured, abused, carved on, lips removed. It's hard to tell whether... you know at a certain point, the mind was broken. Okay? And you're not sure at what point that things were being done to this person, and then it started doing it to itself. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay, so all of a sudden.
Because some of this is self-inflicted, but not all of it. Yeah.
Okay. So, based on what I have about Trish's personality, generally, you said it was wearing some tattered rags and stuff?
Yeah, it's sort of wearing old underwear. It's the only clothes it's wearing. But it seems to be tattered and torn, so it's almost like a loincloth. And it's so dirty with fecal
Yeah, I
matter
get
and piss.
I'm going to... Those tarps are still hanging up.
Oh, yes, there's
Yeah.
tarps here, yeah.
I'm actually going to, when you do your forensics roll, and say, yeah, it looks like this person was tortured and just broken and whatever. I'm going to, I'll stand up and I'll say, so this is a very good torture means a very good chance that this might have been a soldier. Yes? Maybe?
There wouldn't be any indication on the body other than it having underwear on. Who knows who it could be, to be honest.
Torture happens to POWs, right?
It could happen to anybody.
Can you roll me a human, please?
Okay.
Human intelligence, please. I'm not sure if this is the right skill for me to ask you
Okay,
to
but-
roll, but that's what I'm going with.
I got a 9% out of 13.
Nice.
You succeeded at human. I use it for a lot of things. I could have used alertness or something, but you succeeded. So whatever it was, it's great. But as you're looking at it and you're taking a quick just glance over it, the person looks a bit vaguely familiar.
Like maybe I've seen its picture somewhere.
Maybe you've seen its picture somewhere.
I was wondering that. Okay. I'm going to keep that info, but feeling that way that I do about it, I'm actually going to go over and take down one of the tarps,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to just put it down over the corpse, same as if I was covering it with like a blanket or a sheet.
You can also garner that it seemed to really latch on to Agent Halbrick, who is also an FBI agent.
Yes.
Could that have something
Yeah.
to do with it or not?
I was wondering about that when you said it focused in on him, actually. But I wasn't there. I was sweeping a barracks. Yeah, I'm going to go take down one of the tarps or whatever.
Yes, you're taking down the tarp and you're covering up the body.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I'll do, because, I'm a good
But you're not going to
girl.
mention what you've realized to anybody yet.
No, because we didn't tell them we found the ID. We didn't tell them that we saw evidence that people had been here.
Well, make a note, just in case you're alone with Halbrick at some
Yep.
point and you want to roleplay or bring it up. You don't have to.
Yep.
But I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, like, as soon as I do that and I stand up again, I'll do the cross or whatever.
Because
No, but like my upbringing and stuff, like I was raised in a military, respectful household.
oh no, understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair
And
enough, fair
then
enough.
I'll just leave it there and walk back.
As you're doing that, though, I'm going to pull something else as well. Can you roll me a human check, please?
Oh dear. Okay. 65 out of 10.
Okay, fair enough. Put a tick in it. Because you may have been able to notice that Trish has recognized some important piece or information about the body. But anyway, we move on. I like this because it's trying to gauge information from people on the same mission with you. Because you're not all working together. Well, you are and you aren't.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, you really like this?
This is good. This is fucked up. It's gonna be good. It's like playing Alien.
Coffee went down the wrong way. Okay, so now I'm going to say you're all heading to the hospital grounds. You're on your feet now. Seems to be stitched up, seems to be cleaned out. You don't really feel sick or anything, you know what I mean? Or anything like that. You are still, like, hurting. So basically, by wounds being healed, role-playing wise, like, you're still feeling...
I was half dead.
You were half dead.
God doesn't undo half dead.
No. What would you like to do? It's not dark yet. I would say this is all taken to between 5 and 5:30. I'm going to have dark come in between 6 and 6:30. So you do still... The sun is going down. It is not bright out. It is still, like, warm and dry. But there is around... Since you've been here, there's this feeling of, like, a dampness. You know, you ever get that, like... It's not even humidity, really. It's just this feeling of dampness. But the air is really still here. So your sweat is sort of just staining. But, you know, you've checked the barracks. You've checked these tarps and this area over here, which was quite disgusting. I keep saying it, but it's really disgusting. And what was left was the 2 Quonsets over to the side and the hospital proper itself.
Is the barrack you investigated, is it clear? Could we stay there if we needed to?
Yes, sir, we could. Would you also have time to check out the Quonsets? That's a weird word for me. Quonsets on the
Big
other
tents.
end. With all due respect, sir, I would prefer to, especially given what has now happened, spend the night inside an abandoned hospital. I don't feel like it would sit so right with me.
If the source of what caused that person to be that way is from the hospital, would you still want to stay in the hospital? or in a fortifiable position where you've covered every single corner. Do you think you can check every corner, every closet in this space where it likely would have happened to that poor man before nightfall tonight?
Oh, I would much rather go into that hospital in the daytime, sir. I would much rather check out those closets to determine whether or not those or the barracks are our best place to hunker down for the night, and then go in fresh in the morning, especially since you need rest, sir. Quite obviously.
That's a good
She
plan.
has a point.
That's a good plan. Anyone in agreement with checking the hospital tomorrow? Check the surrounding environments tonight?
Tomorrow's good for me.
We will have to be just concerned about how many supplies we have and whether we can find a new source of water.
This is the second day. The last day of water.
Well,
I filled up in the village.
if there was going to be... yeah, it's true. Did you drink any of that water?
Yes.
If,
We were hiking
well,
through the jungle for hours, so...
Anyone who filled up in the village will have another day's worth of water. If you didn't, you don't.
had a stuffed
me.
egg.
Did anyone? Now, who else filled up in the village?
I would have, because I would have
All of us
confirmed.
would have.
Yeah.
All of us would have.
Yeah.
Cool. So tomorrow you will be drinking the village water, and then we'll play from there.
Well, if anyone here was going to have storage, I imagine it would be those closets over there, same as the others.
Let's stick as a group and check out the rest. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're all going to walk over to the closets.
Yeah, I'll lead the way. Gone up, like the usual. No, like I'm at the shotgun is still.
Oh,
what I
shotgun
have
up, and you have your machine gun
Machine
sort of
guns on the strap.
a strap around your back. Cool.
I'll
The
be-
door breaker. Okay, so you go over to the Quonsets as you're going over. So, which one would you like to go to first?
Whichever one we can reach
Closest,
first.
the closest one.
Closest.
And it has a similar setup to the other one. It's got, the front, which is the roll-up doors from the inside with the crank, and there's a door on the side. What would you like to do?
Who's got the highest search?
That would probably be me. I have a 63.
Yeah, I only have 22.
20.
20.
Booby traps.
54. So we're sending the nurse to check for Bob.
Well, she's done her job.
it's-
She
yeah.
got you here.
It's a group.
I am good at looking for details.
It's a group check, really.
Well, no, because if it's a group check on a door where only really one person comfortably fit, then I need to use the lowest skill check.
Yes.
I know. I'm just saying. This is
What's your search
Carolyn.
there, Sergeant?
I'm going to take
Oh,
a few
I only
steps
have a
back.
22.
Okay. You're not.
Did
gonna let
you
me
wanna
check,
do it?
So I would have, but she wouldn't let me.
You should sit down. Don't tax yourself right now.
I'll sit
Okay.
back.
Now, I'm going to say something else. Because you've already experienced 2 booby trap doors like this, I'll give you a plus 20% on
thank
your search.
God.
Because you can be described exactly where it should be. Okay? If that makes sense.
Carolyn walks over after talking
Like I
Halbrecht
said,
and letting her go.
I'm taking a couple of steps back.
Yeah, that's fine.
After Carolyn goes over, after talking Halbrecht into letting her go, I'll just stand there and watch her go and go, excellent job enforcing your will on the nurse, sir. I won't look at him though, I'll just say it.
39.
39. So you're searching around the door of this Quonset. And it doesn't appear to be booby trapped. It doesn't. It's not locked either, not this one.
Search. I'm not finding anything. I'm gonna open the door if you don't mind being ready.
I don't mind at all, ma'am.
Pull the door open.
Pull the door
Chunk-
open.
To your statement earlier, it's like I do have a chunk missing from my neck. I'm going to listen to the medical professional for tonight.
For tonight.
As you open up the door and shine a flashlight in, you notice that this Quonset is... This one seems to be mostly empty or cleared out. It looks like actually that there was multiple Jeeps, you can see tire treads, that were parked in here, maybe around the time of in 1968, January 30th, when you had to evacuate, so the jeeps were pulled out, and you recall being evacuated in a jeep, so they had all. I mean, the jeep that's back at the crevasse
Could be
may be the jeep that you evacuated on, right? You have entirely no idea, but it seems mostly empty. There are some crates and stuff in there. Don't get me wrong, there is still some crates and stuff that if somebody would like to go in and search, they can, but it seems to be mostly empty.
Okay. This doesn't appear to be useful.
Well, I'll go in and take a look at the crates.
Okay, and then is everyone else moving on to the next one?
No, we're all going to go into this one.
Okay, so
No splitting the party.
you go in, and who?
Someone's paranoid. That's why.
Who?
Oh, when it comes to splitting the group up, if there's could be a combatant with each group, fine. If we're down a combatant, no, we're all sticking together.
Okay, so I'm assuming everyone's just going to walk into this closet with flashlights and take a look around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who has the highest search? It's you?
Yep.
So you get to roll a search.
Cool.
Right?
Anyone want me to open it? I'm assuming it has the big bay door.
Yeah.
Anyone want me to open the bay door for light?
Oh, good idea.
Okay, so you go and you start cranking it up. Boom! No, I'm just joking.
Thanks, Mick. 46.
It almost sounds like insulting. You know, Mick.
Thanks, Nick.
It's not like monkey or, Mick. Fair enough. Mick Quilty.
So is your last name Wilty or Quilty?
Quilty.
Quilty. Mick
Quilty.
Quilty. It's weird because when I say, people might think it is one last name,
McQuilty?
MC Quilty.
Yeah.
But no, it's Mick Quilty.
I know. I know. That's why
The Canadian.
we either call him Quilty or Mr. Mick.
I'm not calling him Quilty.
I like how it's not Mr. Quilty. It's Mr. Mick or Quilty.
Yeah.
Very Canadian.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you do search around in here. You do find on the crates, some of it is medical supplies, and that name keeps showing up again. This is the first time you've seen this name, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was
true.
other people did it.
And then
You
it's
see medical director, Artis Quill.
Do I recognize the name?
It just sparks a memory that you thought you forgot. No, but it sparks in your mind that you recall your nurse friend, Jackie Marsters, who was working in some of the restricted areas but didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
At one point, you were in the hospital in the cafeteria eating some food with her, and he had walked by with a coffee, and you recall her shunning as if she was scared of him, and you asked at the time, "Who's that?" And she said, "That's Dr. Quill." Okay? So that's the only time you've seen him. He's an individual, of course he is. You would say now he was like in his late 40s, so maybe in his, early 50s, receding hairline, sketchy mustache. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not saying mustaches make you look creepy.
But
You
on
all-
some people and some mustaches.
No, I'm not saying mustaches to make you look creepy, but you always look less creepy without a mustache. Okay, that's just my.
Oh my god.
That's just my.
I can't.
Aren't we glad that
There were some pretty interesting mustaches.
They are coming back in the
So,
trend,
yeah,
and that's
back
what
in
it
the
is. I mean, I don't know anything against it. I just think it's a funny line, so I use it. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's all you really know of him.
Okay.
Very serious eyes. Okay. Yeah, so that's, and other than that in here is, once again, some, expired medical supplies. You do actually find some, things to replenish some of the gauze and stuff you use that you can do that.
Bandages and some gauze.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll be at some point there while we're both looking, nearby looking at crates. I'll even ask you, do you recognize this name?
Dr. Quell?
Yeah.
My understanding that he was the director of the hospital. I never had much to do with him. He was generally working on more classified, high-ranking projects than what I was put on.
Right. And do you know if he got away that evening that you evacuated?
I don't know many about who got away. I know I did. I know my friend Phyllis did, and the other people in our Jeep. That's all I know for sure.
That is true. You would not know if he had escaped or not.
All right.
But that's all you seem to find. You crank open the garage opening to it. There's still a stillness here, but like this one is mostly empty, right? Except for that information you just found.
As a group on to the second.
Yep.
Same verse.
Okay.
So
So
first.
Search the door.
Yeah, but something you notice about this one is it is a bit wider, significantly wider. It's just from your angle, but it seems to be like a wider Quonset.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
And like a bit of a lower door, but a wider door that cranks up. But you're at the doors, yes. Search that.
45 out of 63.
This one is booby-trapped.
Oh.
As you notice, you sort of take a little tiny knife that you have and you lift up the weather sealant on the door and stuff, and you can see that little clip, and it's attached to the clip on the inside. This is potentially a live one.
Sarge, we've got a live one here. I think I'm going to need you to walk me through how to deactivate it.
Or we can have the military expert deactivated. We haven't even gotten into the hospital yet, and that's where we're going to need you. So I'm going to have you coming back here. Sarge, Mick, anything that you guys know how to disable?
How hardy is this tent lining, anyways?
Glad you asked. It is a thick fabric that could be cut through.
With a machete or a hunting knife?
Yeah. With your hunting knife or machete, yeah, you could technically just cut through the tarp. Like the entrance, it's a canvas that rolls up as you crank it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it is canvas.
It's like
it was a canvas. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
That's
is
a
a
good
man. If I could give it inspiration, that's good.
Well, that's all him.
I know. I'm just pointing at you because you.
That's why we let these two deal with the doors, and then
Instead of like doing it on the door itself, I'm just gonna walk around the corner and just like go right down from the ground.
Oh yeah. So you're just gonna make a slit on the other
Like a
side.
tent flap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Done.
That's good, because
Yeah.
you can't...
And do you want to look in quickly with a flashlight after you cut it, since you're right there?
Yeah.
Okay. You shine it in. What do you see? Single prop plane, my friend.
yeah,
You see
we
a
have a
prop
way
plane
out.
in here. A single prop plane. That's why it's wider.
Nice.
It is fairly small, but it seems to be supplies and stuff in here to get the plane to maintain its running.
So, as I take out, they could see a very big grin on my face, and I'm like,
I take it that's a good thing?
I back up and let her go in.
I just look at everyone and I'm just assuming there's a stash of Canadian porn in here. Going into his tent flap.
I know, I had the same thought.
Is it dramatically different from American porn?
A lot more maple
A lot more
syrup.
and a lot more plaid.
And all I can think of is a line from How I Met Your Mother. Like, if I see another flat-chested Nova Scotian riding a bounty on the back of a Zamboni, I'm going to go oot of my mind. Stupid fucking line.
Don't worry, there's also a lot of ads for like Molson Canadian and stuff like that.
It's just lots of beer.
Yeah.
So much beer.
So, Trish,
Anyways.
as you're looking in and you're shining
Yep.
a flashlight, you see a single prop plane. You need to go take a look at it, actually, to see. Some of them are quite small.
Yeah.
And see how many people you
Oh,
can fit.
Lord.
But, I mean, you could go over a weight limit. You just wouldn't be able to fly as high. Sorry if I sounded like Seinfeld there. As high.
We only have to make it as far as the helicopter.
I'm gonna go in. I want to go in with my. I'll put my flashlight on my shoulder again and stuff, and go in and do a sweep of the
Yeah,
around it.
you're not really searching. You're more sweeping for any anything in
Does
there.
anything in there look like it would be any other kind of supplies besides, mechanical repair and stuff specific to the plane? Does it look like it's been used recently?
No.
Yeah.
It does not.
It looks like it's been
It
sitting
would
here.
take a bit of maintenance work.
Okay.
Right? I would say
planning on crashing out here anyway.
I would say a good. You would guess. Well, I'll wait for you to go in. It doesn't look like it's been used in a long period
Okay.
of time.
I'll just do a sweep of the inside and stuff, and I'll come out.
Yeah,
and
it
say,
seems to be crates and stuff around, but a lot of this stuff is spare parts for Jeeps, for the single prop plane, and stuff like that. It seems to be more of a maintenance Quonset more than anything else. There is tool chests and stuff. There is full supply of tools.
Okay.
Right?
Or could we do a search of like the tool chest and stuff to see if there's anything among it that might be useful we don't currently maybe have? Something that he would have had to leave behind instead of carrying it.
So right now, you are the only one in there who's doing
Yeah.
a sweep for any danger.
Well, I'll when I do the sweep, because I was going to say
Okay.
this when we went up, I'll go back to the flap and I'll stick my head out and said, "All clear. Whoever wants to come in can feel free. Just stay away from the main door. We don't need that going on."
Is the main flap good to open? Main bay door?
Oh yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like you could open up the main bay door.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Right,
crank
but
that
which is
open.
what you have cut on the side, and they
So
walk
the
through
trip
there. 'Cause
line
the
is-
door is an actual door.
Yeah.
The trip line's only on the door.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you do actually take a look at that when you're doing your sweep. It is active.
Yeah.
If that door would have been opened, that grenade would be going off.
Yeah.
And it's one of those weird grenades that, as soon as the pin's pulled, it immediately goes off.
All right. Yeah, I'll let them know. And whoever wants to come inside can come inside. And we can definitely open that sucker up.
Okay. I'm going on in.
I'm going.
You also find that there is a generator in here.
Ooh.
But there's sort of a vent outside, like it's connected up, and there's a harder plastic, and it vents outside of the Quonset. So there is a generator here, and there is lights. So you figure if you turn on the generator,
Yeah.
lights will be on.
Yeah, but that could attract.
Yes, it could. I'm just saying.
Noise and light.
In the plane itself, how
So-
many people does it look like it would seat?
So as everyone comes in, would it be okay if I go
Oh,
to
yeah.
the pilot and I can just explain? It is a. You're not really sure. You would know what model it is. I didn't make a thing. It is a single prop plane, so it's the one propeller in front. Sort of like the Indiana Jones one where they're flying and you got the seats. Oh, snakes! I hate snakes. Remember in the plane itself? It looks like it could fit 3. You could squeeze 4 in?
Is that including pilot?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like, it's enough for 2 and 2.
Oh, I see.
That's fine. Not all of us are going to make it out of here.
Now, weight-wise, you can add in extra weight and see what happens, but you know you wouldn't be able to fly as high. You could probably fit everyone in this and take off. You're just not sure if you would be... how far you'd clear the trees by,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. And any excess weight you have
Would have to go.
should go.
So, with that in mind, the reason I asked about that, this is not a plane that would have been carrying cargo in and out.
No.
It only fits, let's say, at most, it probably would have only fit 2 people. Pilot, co-pilot, maybe.
Well, if it's, you can put 4 people in it.
No, but I mean, like, if you're looking at weight and stuff like that, why would you need a plane that doesn't carry cargo back and forth to a hospital?
For
Yeah,
important
he's-
people.
Patience?
That's a fair question. I would like...
Helicopters are better for patients because you can get in and out of a situation without a runway.
Although, once that's brought up to you, with its location, I would like you to roll me a piloting roll. For the prop plane, I'm using it as a knowledge of prop planes. And you're going to inspect the plane.
I was also wondering if there would be anything inside in the cockpit that would give us evidence of, like, flight routes and stuff that this thing is taking.
Okay. Just do that.
32 of 60.
Yeah, so as you get to the back end, you notice that there's 2 plates that should be one solid piece of plate. You know, there should be one solid piece of plate for the tail end, but it looks like it's almost this imperceptible groove. It's got a smuggler's compartment on the other side. And as you click it out, there is a spot for space. You notice as you're looking in that the frame is it's built in a different way than you've seen before, and you think it could take extra weight, except the extra weight for people, they'd have to get into this section, which is this little clicked into place smuggler's compartment that a smaller person could fit into. Yeah, you could do that. But still, all I'm saying is you're still unsure of what the reasoning behind this being here is. You figure, okay, and you start checking for papers in the plane. It's completely absent of papers. There's no license, registration, anything along those lines. There's no markings on the plane as well to denote American.
So,
This
is why I'm curious about it, because you have something that's obviously not meant for carrying patients, obviously not meant for carrying cargo. It's not military marked for this was a military hospital, like a permanent military hospital. Like,
Oh, I was just going to ask Nurse here real quick. Were these here when you were here? These
Were they?
Quonsets?
You wouldn't know. You'd never seen a plane take off out of here. The
No, not
Quonsets
plane,
were here.
the Quonsets.
The Quonsets were here.
That's what. So then my what I was going to say then is if the Quonsets just to Sergeant Benton's point. Excellent questions, but this clearly has been here since the hospital's been here.
The Quonset has.
Yeah.
The plane?
The Quonset is built specifically for a vehicle of this size. Of all the Quonsets we've seen so far, this is the only one capable of holding a plane of this width. Even the helicopter wouldn't have fit in this thing as well as this plane does. And with the amount of money put into the fact that this is its own generator outside of that of the hospital, I feel like this has something more to do with those sections of the hospital you weren't privy to. If I were to guess.
That makes sense.
Trish, something's sort of just on the tip of your mind and you can't really place it. I need you to roll me an alertness check.
okay. 44 out of 53.
Yeah.
Now, although you don't find any papers or anything like that, you notice the gauges on the plane. And all the writing on all the gauges are in French. That's something.
Huh.
Do you say that out loud?
Is there anybody else in the plane with me?
Well,
'Cause I'm
everyone's
in the plane.
around the same area.
Yeah.
Everyone is probably within tops 10, 15 feet of
So I
each
could
other.
probably open a
Tops.
window.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Roll the window down.
Yeah, I mean, but it would be open for you to be looking in there anyway.
Okay. I'm going to just yell out, "Sir,
Yep.
you might want to come here and see this."
I will come in and I will take a look at the gauges, see
Yeah.
if it's in French. And
It's
I
in
speak
French.
Fluent French.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, it's just the gauges of pressure, altitude, and stuff like that. I mean, there's no, not a secret message. I just meant
Gotcha.
that the
Yeah, yeah.
words on the gauges are in French.
Now, that's nothing unusual, being that the settlement nearby was originally under French occupation. Was that
Oh,
Well-
Vietnam was.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
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 Was Dr. Do you know anything of does Quell sound like an artist Quell? Doesn't that sound like a French name? Is it a Czech?
It could be.
It's
Roll French?
Just give me 1 second. I want to double check something.
French. I mean, foreign languages is a skill.
French. I have a French
Oh
skill.
my god, you do!
I speak fluent French.
I know, it was just the way it came out without our own context for why you were asking. Can I roll
Can I roll French? Question mark.
Roll me a French check.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yay! 3
Wow, ooh,
out
nice.
of 50.
Nice.
Artis or Arthas is a Breton surname or name which means beer and may refer to, and there's names of people, and there was once a French conductor and composer of operettas in 1815 to 1892 named Amédée Artis.
but Artis is his first name.
As far as you know, but I do mean that Artis could be a French name. Is my point.
How creepy was the mustache?
Fucking creepy.
French. Sorry.
That's why it is.
Well,
Like I said, sir, it's not my job really to ask questions, but why would the United States military be in need of what apparently is French smugglers?
They might not. Smugglers might just have used this as a staging ground after it was abandoned.
It's been here long. Well,
It leads to
You're
wonder
not-
why the Quonset would be
are we
built there.
private?
yeah, you're in the plane with me.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can be down
Yeah.
just below, tucking up to them.
Yeah.
You're all
Yeah,
close.
but-
What if we don't
Yeah,
want to?
but I didn't do that
You-
with the intent for that.
Yeah.
That's why I asked him.
She
to
called
come
me
in.
in. Yeah.
Okay, well, but Carolyn could have overheard
Yeah.
that it was French, but then I'm willing to say you've realized and you just close the compartment and you continue talking. Fair enough? Is that okay?
I mean,
I just roll my eyes and walk away.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay, lots of places around this jungle have been taken over by people after they've been abandoned, but this plane has definitely been here for at least 5 years.
Every crate we've come across has had the name Director Artist Quell on it. Very likely a French name. He, possible, could be, maybe everything he was doing was not entirely U.S. sanctioned.
Well, why would
Could've been
a
US
French
funded.
doctor be working for the U.S. military?
Immigrants work for the government all the time working on projects. It could be that he was abusing resources or doing exactly what he was told. I'm not entirely privy to what was happening here. I have a sneaking... That's why we're here. So he could have been doing exactly what he was told, or he could have been doing something and abusing the resources he had. It seems oddly specific, like I said, but there is a Quonset for a plane that is intended to be operated by French personnel. And then there are all of these privately brought in boxes for this medical institution that has had something happen to it. So I don't think this plane being here now is different, is as occupationary as what I believe is that it was here before the evacuation.
Well, what if it smuggled in whatever happened here?
I suspect it did, or at least was a factor. Again, my thing is it under U.S. instruction, or did he abuse the resources he was provided? That's what we're going to have to find out.
Well, sir, for the time being, I guess we'll just have to assume he was under U.S. instruction.
For now, yes. Being that his name was under the roster of people that have... Or I believe he was here, clearly, before things went awry, and his name was on these boxes. What he was doing is to be determined, but his presence here was instructed, to my understanding.
All right, sir. We can leave it there for now. Sir.
Don't like little sass going on there, but I don't give a shit. When I come out of the plane...
Okay, so as you were talking in there,
Yeah, that's fair.
stuff could have been happening with the two of you. Separately, of course. Ginny.
All that Canadian porn.
Christ!
So, Ginny, was there anything that you're doing in here other than just standing around with everyone else, just waiting? I'm not saying there's anything for you to do in here, but what would you be doing during this time?
I want to be looking at all of the what we have. I want to look for paperwork.
Okay,
If there's anything of a
you can
paperwork.
roll me a search check. I'm going to say you, Mick, are probably checking out the plane to see what needs to be done to make it serviceable, and you can get a good rundown. Okay? You realize, over the period of time it takes everyone else, that within maybe 4 hours, if all goes well, with the parts and everything and the tools that are in here, that you could get this running at tip-top. Some stuff is a little bit burnt out or a little bit rusted, some little things that you'd have to do. It doesn't matter that the gauges are in French, because the gauges are gauges.
Yeah.
You know what an altitude gauge looks like.
Yeah.
You know what a, pressure, all that stuff. It's just that
Altitude or altitude, it's still...
latitude!
Got 22 out of 20, so no.
Oh.
So close.
So close. Don't forget to put chicken in it, though.
I do have
Isn't that an interesting XP system?
I
like
love it.
it.
I love it because it
It's
makes
just-
so much more sense. Like,
No, yeah, because you will get better at skills for trying them.
Yeah.
Whereas, anyway. And it's automatic D4. Right? Okay. It is now, as you're in here going through this, it is nighttime. The sun does go down. It is fairly dark out. What is the plan in here?
I suggesting that we stay here for the night.
I agree.
with a plane, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Mick, a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Not going with that. The question one. Do you feel like you'd be able to get this pen operational?
Yeah, it should take a best case scenario 4 hours, get it up and running, primo.
And you can do some of that work
Sorry.
tonight.
It works.
Okay.
You can do some of that work tonight.
Yeah, I should be able to work.
Good. Secondly, given the repairs required and damage, could you perhaps provide an estimate of how long you'd say it's been here, based on the damage?
You could try.
I could try,
Yeah.
Because the damage to the vessel, I assume, is not. Or could you inform us in that inspection? Was it sabotaged? Was it shots? Is it just through maintenance that it's fallen in disrepair? These are the sort of things we want to know why it's here.
I should be able to detail out any of that.
That would be great, thank you.
Okay. So now you're all going to be resting here for the night. I'm assuming the generator isn't going on.
No.
So
We should probably close the big bay door, see when it's nighttime.
Yeah, well,
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
So I was
Figure
going to
that.
suggest closing the bay door.
Put on the
what's-
mosquito repellent.
What was the total from the
Jungle.
door where the grenade is to the back, like say the far end of the thing? How many meters is it
from
from the
the
door
to
The explosive.
to the other end of the quads that we're in?
like you want to know what the length of the closet is.
Yeah.
Between 100 120 feet, I'd imagine.
Meters. I need meters.
Oh, okay.
Divided by 3.
Is it
Yeah, so
more
40 meters.
40 meters? Perfect. I think this is the best place for us to.
I'm going to say 50 meters.
Okay, perfect. That's even better.
So we could sleep at a safe distance away from the explosive?
Yes. And
How far away is the
and
plane from some
if anybody comes in through that door, we're not within the range radius of said grenade.
How far is the grenade from the plane?
That's what I'm.
Within 10 meters.
Okay.
Listen,
You can just push
I'm
the
more-
plane back.
I'm
Yeah.
more concerned with us, sir, than I am about the plane.
Without the plane,
You can just
we have
move
a
the
hard
plane
time
back.
getting out of here. But let's move the plane back.
Because the
and then
plane
keep
was
it at it.
really up close.
Okay.
Let's put the plane away from the blast
All
radius.
right. Well, we're going to need that plane to be at least more than 20 meters from that grenade.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you can just push it.
Ow.
Take the
ow,
blocks out
ow,
and roll
Will
it.
you
Yeah.
sit down?
Ow. Ow.
Now,
ow.
don't forget, you can't turn your head to the right.
Now, there's also a hole in the canvas that you came through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there something here we can kind of try to seal that up with so it
We
looks
can
like
crates.
it's
pile the crates in front of it.
closed from the outside? No, but I mean, like if for any reason the wind actually does happen to blow, I don't want it to come apart. I'd like to have it.
Luck roll.
Sewing.
4 hours to fix the plane.
I will allow a so depending on this roll.
Okay, can my luck roll then be for like a much thicker canvas thread than what she would have in a sewing kit?
We don't want to permanently close it up. We
No.
just want something to keep the wind from
No,
blowing.
you
in.
just
Yeah,
kinda-
but
Why don't we just pile the crates in front of it? It's faster.
My thing is I don't want anyone being able to see from the outside that it's been cut.
Oh, sewing is not going to change that.
no.
All right, I'm gonna look for. I don't know. Did,
Yes,
they have,
just-
did we have duct tape in 1973?
That would also be obvious.
Yeah,
I don't
on the
think they care.
Tape
I
on the
understand
inside.
where she's coming from.
Tape
if
it
it's
on the
flapping in the
inside.
wind, it's a lot more noticeable.
The keeper's willing to let us resolve the problem.
Yeah, but
So, high, good, or high, bad?
high good.
High, good. You want low.
60.
High, bad.
Did I say high bad?
No, you said
No,
high
good.
good.
I said-
High good.
Sure. Okay. Mercs.
Keep up, handler.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, that giant centipede is gonna come for me.
I can go under the tarp.
That was very enjoyable.
Okay. I just
I'll
want to
make a
find
good cup of
something.
coffee,
So
okay.
you know what I want to do. I want to try to make the seam where we cut it as invisible as I can from the inside,
Okay.
or
and-
from like if you're looking at it from the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, because you did it along the edge, you just need to reconnect it to the edge. You don't have, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
You literally cut it away from the mechanism that it rolls into. Right? You got, are you off?
No, I thought we cut into the actual like wall, not the door.
Why don't we ask the guy who did the cutting?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
because I went
you
around
was-
the side.
you went on the side. It's
Yeah.
actually
And
the
'cause
side
we
of the
wouldn't have-
Quonset.
We wouldn't have been able to roll
Not
over
the door. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you did explain that? Lost my mind. Yeah.
I've lost
You
my
actually, with that luck roll, do find spare rolls of the tent material, because every now and then it would have to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
So there's almost like a rib cage, lines to go across,
Okay.
and they're all separate pieces overlapping. So you find another piece. To install it will take a few minutes.
That's fine. He's fixing a plane.
A couple hours.
Also, just in case there's more swarms of spores, I don't want any.
Yeah.
I don't want gaps.
That's fair.
fair.
I'm with you on this plan.
I
great, yeah.
would call for... I'll allow a military science land roll for this.
Okay.
I don't know what else you could actually use, because you do not have craft tent making.
No, I have craft gunsmith is my thing.
Nice.
To turn this whole thing into a gun. Yeah. Launches a plane, one bullet.
I got 1% out of 40 on my land. My military science land.
Our rolls are nuts.
That means all of us have gotten a 1 at some point now.
Roll a d4. I'm not doing this again
Oh,
after.
it's a 1. But
It goes up by 1. Enjoy yourself.
There's no way. This is nuts.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
This one there like a double 0 too.
yeah,
so-
that was also me.
I also rolled
And
one.
you-
Yeah.
and you rolled 1.
Either way, it's almost
Wow.
imperceptible. It takes around the same amount of time as he would be working on this. It takes a while.
Okay, so
That's
that's
crazy.
my main thing. In another time outside of when we'd be sleeping, I just want to try and close up as many gaps as I can because of
There's no real holes in this one. It's not like damaged like the one at the airfield. It's more secluded and protected around the trees.
I'm thinking about the spore cloud.
If I'm thinking
thing.
of the Quans, they're fairly tight.
They are.
Oh yeah,
aren't
it's
they?
extremely
bugs
so.
out.
And with the 1%, you did manage to seal it quite good. I mean, I'm not saying that the whole thing is perfectly sealed, but it is sealed.
Okay. No, I don't mean just the seam. I mean the whole Quonset.
I know what you're referring to.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's impossible for you to be able to tell if it's completely sealed.
I know. I'm just
Best guess is yes, it is completely sealed.
gonna do my best.
And I'm saying your best is telling you it potentially is completely sealed.
to inhale spores.
Get over it.
Listen. Just because you had stuff on your nose doesn't mean all of us have to.
Well, this one fights with God. The only thing I'm doing while they're doing work is we're going to talk about the layout of the hospital.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do
You
that.
relay the layout of the hospital
Yep.
as you remember it and the areas that you knew.
Yep.
Cool. Because of our time, we're just going to go over to you, and I'm just going to get you making mechanics roll, right?
Yep.
For your work on
Yep.
the plane over that 4-hour period of time. I'm going to turn this back over to keep check marks of delays of time.
Delays?
Potentially.
11. That's it. A double digit.
Yeah.
So
A
it's
double digit, and it's a
critical.
critical success.
Get fucked, keeper.
You get it done.
We're not with him.
Don't
Technically.
touch me!
I'm sorry.
Anyway, we have been playing a while today.
Thank you for listening to The Call 1973. The next episode will premiere Tuesday, April 2nd at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on YouTube before going up on all of our audio services 1 hour later. Support us over on Ko-fi. Just one coffee, one time, without subscription gets you into the community Discord. And if you're able to provide continued support, you get access to behind-the-scenes commentaries, which, by the way, our next commentary will be on Thursday, March 28th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Please review the Ko-fi video for info on how to join us. If you're in the creative collaborator tier, you can come watch. If you're in the dedicated dilettante, you'll be able to chat live during the session. Spacers has begun recording new episodes with the Cortex Prime game system. Its air date will be announced once we have enough episodes to post. As usual, we'd like to thank all of our donators over on Ko-fi, including Sydney, Blizzard Warning, Mamsie Calgill, Shadow Rose, James, Baba Yaga, Austin Jenkins, The Wee J, Tyler McDonald, Rosa Josiah, TJ, Edward, Lore, Autumn Bieber, Three Slugs in a Trench Coat, and Noah. Thank you all for your support. Your plays for tonight were Elizabeth Wells, Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, Scott Gillis, and Zach Barrett. Your GM or handler was Derek Snow. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.